Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining me here today so that we could discuss Universal Soldier 3 Unfinished Business. So, this movie picks up after the events of Universal Soldier 2. Luke Devereaux and Veronica are still out, on the lam. They're trying to stay one step ahead of the Universal Soldier Project, which they believe has sleeper agents all over the United States in various positions of power, including the highest levels of government. So, that to them, that pretty much means the United States is completely under the control of this military project. So they go to Canada to try to get the word out to news agencies about what's really going on. And in the meantime, while Luke Devereaux was unable to save his brother from the Universal Soldier program, his brother remains part of the program in spirit because Burt Reynolds, the leader of the Universal Soldier Project, wants to clone his brother and bring him back to hunt down Luke Devereaux and Veronica. And that's kind of the story here of Universal Soldier 3. So Universal Soldier 2 was kind of a dud. Universal Soldier 3 is like a tiny bit better, maybe just because, Burt Reynolds is here. I like the story a little bit better here. I think it's a little more interesting. But at the end of the day, this is about the same level of movie, which is pretty disappointing, especially for a franchise that started off so well as Universal Soldier. And I realize that 2 and 3 are kind of outliers in this franchise and that they're not they're not really canon with the rest of the movie series. But there's a little bit of action. I did appreciate the chemistry between the leads. Chandra West is great in this series. Well, not great, but she's good in this series. You've got Burt Reynolds as the bad guy. You got a tiny little bit of Gary Busey in the flashbacks. Ultimately, this movie just, it's made for TV. It's got lower production values. Everything feels super small scale. And typically, there might not be anything wrong with that normally, but Universal Soldier is a story that kind of demands special effects and tech and some kind of a little bit more polished than this at the end of the day. I didn't find it to be particularly boring, but I just was pretty much disinterested aside from the story kind of perking my interest every once in a while, and I thought the leads were interesting. And then you've got Burt Reynolds. Otherwise, Universal Soldier 3 was pretty much a letdown, just a little bit better than 2, which was, not a good movie. Anyway, that's my review for Universal Soldier 3. If you want to check out more, I got a playlist right here on YouTube. Until then, thanks for watching this one, and hopefully I'll see you soon.